There is always that one manga series, the series that taunts you, the series that seems so daunting to start, and yet you want to begin reading it so badly. For me, that series was One Piece. I knew it was a series that I was going to enjoy. It had enough recommendations from people whose tastes align with mine, and yet I was so scared. Scared of the thousands of chapters I would have to get through, and I was scared of being disappointed. But I think it's finally time. I finally started One Piece. I actually started reading One Piece on the plane to Japan, which I thought was a fitting place to begin this brand new journey, and I finished the East Blue Saga while I was on holiday. Of course, I'd already heard of One Piece. I knew who the characters were, what the story was, and why it was so renowned. It's famous for its character arcs, its bombastic action, its interesting world building, but surely it wasn't the masterpiece that everyone chalked it up to be. Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. One Piece starts by slowly introducing us to its cast of characters, the Straw Hat Crew, starting of course with the captain, Monkey D. Luffy. Luffy is this goofy, flamboyant young man with a bold dream to become the king of the pirates. Dreams are set out to be quite a large part of One Piece, and how they are portrayed was one of the most defining factors of these first 100 chapters. Each character we're introduced to has their merits, but Luffy is really interesting to me. He puts across this ridiculous, goofy exterior, never listening to plans, always eating and throwing himself at any danger that comes his way. Solely like this, he'd be an annoying MC to follow, but he isn't solely like this. In the quieter moments or really action-packed moments, Luffy's true self comes out. Luffy is a boy driven by his dream. He is brave, foolhardy, and ambitious, but not only that, he cares for his crew and he fights for what is right. His compassion drives him just as much as his ambition, which suddenly makes him so much more of a compelling main character. And it allows for space for the other characters to pursue their ambitions, as Luffy is just as driven to allow them to achieve theirs as he is with his own. We are also introduced to Zoro, a master swordsman whose goal is to become the best swordsman there is, to fulfill a pledge to his lost friend. Zoro is the crew member with seemingly the least focus in the first arc, with the other characters getting their own mini arcs throughout, other than during the end of one mini arc where we see his first setback and defeat. But once again, ambition comes into tow, and we see just how driven he is to become better and to never lose again. Zoro is another character with drive. If you're watching this channel, you probably like reading. And if you like reading, then you probably need things to read. Well, I've got just the site for you, Sci-Fire. Sci-Fire is an absolutely wonderful bookstore that specializes in sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, and of course, manga. I've been using them for absolutely ages because they not only have great pricing but also fantastic customer service and top-notch packaging. Like, look at this! If you want to use Sci-Fi yourself, you can head down to the link in the description and use the code NERDLOUNGE for 5% off every order. So get yourself some books, get yourself a discount, and support the channel at the same time. Back to the video. Then we have Nami, Usopp, and Sanji, the navigator, the sniper, and the cook, with Luffy as captain and Zoro as the swordsman. Sanji is driven to find the All Blue, a fabled ocean that is home to a variety of new fish and ingredients for his cooking. He adopted this dream from the pirate cook Zeph, who we spend time with during the small Barati arc. He's completing this dream as Zeph cannot, so it holds weight to him. Usopp's dream is to become a brave warrior of the sea, just like his father. Usopp lived on an island our characters visit and is swiftly mixed up in a murderous plot from a former pirate captain. Usopp is renowned for being untruthful and exaggerative, but he shows immense bravery and heart. He had formed his own pirate crew, which was disbanded at the end of the arc in one of the most emotional scenes of the manga so far, which was something that really surprised me. One Piece, in all of its flamboyance, can really pack an emotional final punch. The page spread of the end of Usopp's pirate crew actually emotionally flooded me, something I do not normally experience when I'm reading manga. It was the first moment where I sat there and thought, this manga might actually be something special. And finally, Nami, who is the main focus of the final part of this arc, Arlong Park. Nami's dream is to draw a map of the entire world, but her backstory is formed with more pain than that. Her town was ransacked when she was a young girl by Arlong and his pirate crew, and in the process, her and her sister lost their adoptive mother, who sacrificed herself standing up against the pirates to save the young girls. Nami, in turn, joined the crew in order to save her village, but was subsequently used and manipulated by Arlong. Which brings us to the moment. The moment that everyone talks about when they say, when One Piece got good. Nami pushes everyone around her away, she steals from her friends, and she exhibits a hard exterior. But when this exterior diminishes, when she truly has nowhere else to turn, Luffy is there. Luffy, the goofy captain of their crew who often seems absent and nonchalant. In that moment, he is there for his crewmate, his friends, and he vows to help her. People weren't wrong. This moment hits. But that's not all One Piece did well in its first arc. I think the crowning jewel was definitely the introduction to these characters and the understanding and interpretation of their raw emotions, dreams, and drives. But the arc is also damn fun. The action is bombastic, slapstick, but when it needs to be, it's also badass. Luffy is an unstoppable force who will never give up, and it is a thrill to see. But it's also amazing to see the bravery of Usopp and the raw drive of Zoro. And this world. The world seems so huge, and we've only seen a small part of it. We're introduced to different pirate captains, some are defeated and some who are looking to return. Buggy fits into the latter band, and it seems that he's going to be a key player in the story to come. There is a mystery surrounding the Grand Line and, of course, the One Piece itself. There's seemingly a built-out mythology behind the Devil Fruits that we know so little about. Whilst I'm interested to continue seeing these characters grow, it cannot be understated how excited I am to learn more about this world, to see more villains and to see more powers. One Piece has really sunk its teeth into me, and it's not letting go. It has been an absolute privilege to experience this for the first time, and I am sure it's going to be an absolute adventure to continue reading. My only regret is waiting this long to start it. Hey, so yeah, I promised I was going to do it and I finally did it. I started reading One Piece. And whilst I'm surprised at just how much I enjoyed it, I'm really not surprised that I liked it. It was a series that seemed absolutely up my alley. I was just massively put off by the gigantic backlog of chapters. However, this is a challenge that I'm more than happy to undertake now. But that's enough of me talking about my experience with One Piece. I want to know you guys' thoughts. Have you read One Piece and do you enjoy it? And if you haven't read One Piece, how comes? While you're down there leaving that comment, you can also check out the links in the description where you can buy any manga or books that take your fancy and support the channel at the same time. Or if you want a more free way to support the channel, you can like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to be alerted every single time that I upload. Any interaction you do on the video just helps bump it up the algorithm and get more people seeing this. We've been having a really awesome start to the year, so let's keep pushing it. And if you're not sick of seeing my face already, you can check out one of the videos on the left or right of me. They've been recommended specifically for you. But if you're done for the day, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.